In this video, we're going to look at logarithms. So what are logarithms? Well, they are the inverse of exponential. If you can bear that in mind throughout, it's going to make your life much easier. Logarithms is a topic that some students find kind of tricky. Part of that is that the notation is a little bit ugly, but I'm going to begin by reminding everyone what an inverse is. So start with some things you're familiar with and define logarithms in terms of that. Hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier to get your head around. Have a look. Okay, so before we get on to logarithms, I'm going to start by looking at some really simple functions and then their inverses and think about what that allows us to do. So let's start with something super simple. So imagine that our function was x plus 2. So that is a function which just adds 2 to something. Well, what's the opposite of that? What is the function which undoes that? Well, it's x minus 2, right? The opposite of adding 2 is subtracting 2. So we'd call that the inverse. We actually write that as f to the minus 1 of x. We don't need that until next year, but you've seen that in trigonometry, sine to the minus 1 of x. And this allows us to make some, in this case, blindingly obvious statements. Like, for example, if 5 plus 2 equals 7, well, this must mean that 5 equals 7 minus 2. Okay, no big surprise. Basically, like, you can rearrange that to that. No big deal, right? Okay, what about the function 3x? So that's the function which trebles something. Well, what's the opposite of multiplying by 3? Well, it's just dividing by 3 or multiplying by a third. And again, it's true that 3 times 4 is 12. And that must be because 4 is a third times 12. So notice that whenever you have a function that's inverse, it allows you to sort of skip between two statements, right? In fact, we should have the arrow going both ways, right? This really means the same thing as that, just rearranged. Okay, let's look at powers. So what about x squared? Well, what's the opposite of squaring? Well, it's square rooting. And again, this allows you to come up with some fairly obvious, but stick with me, expressions. So for example, 3 squared is 9. Now, that must be because, well, 3 is the square root of 9. Now, I like to think of square roots, and this is important. I like to think of square roots as questions. So the square root of 9 is asking a question. It's saying, which number squared is 9? And the answer is 3. So thinking of it as a question is going to help a lot when we look at logs. What about some bigger powers? What about 5? What about like x to the power 5? Well, what's the opposite of raising to the power 5? Well, it's taking the fifth root of something. And let's just look at an example. So, 2 to the power 5 is 32. And what's the expression which is equivalent to that? Well, it's that 2 is the fifth root of 32. And again, there's a question there. Okay, the fifth root of 32 asks the question, what number raised to the power of 5 or multiplied by itself 5 times is 32? And the answer is 2. Okay, this is where logs come in, because if I write an exponential here, like 2 to the x, what's the inverse? What undoes doing 2 to the power of something? Well, it's a logarithm. Okay, so just like roots were the opposite of powers, the inverse of powers, logs are the inverse of exponentials. So we write the inverse of this as log base 2 of x. So let's look at the expression we could say. Let's actually have the same expression here. 2 to the power 5 equals 32. Well, using fifth roots allowed us to get 2 as the subject. Using logs allows us to get 5 as the subject. 5 equals log base 2 of 32. Now remember, the roots were questions saying which number multiplied by itself 5 times gave 32. The answer was 2. The log asks another question. It says 2 to the power of what equals 32? Okay, well, 2 to the power of 5 is 32, so the answer is 5. Let's have a look at plenty more examples. If my function was 3 to the x, my inverse is log base 3. Now, the language here is useful. Notice that I pronounce this log base 3. The base is 3 here, the base is 3 here. Well, let's go with, 3 squared. Well, 3 squared is 9, and that is equivalent to the expression that 2 is log base 3 of 9. And why is that the case? Well, this logarithm asks a question. It says 3 to the power of what is 9? Well, 3 to the power of 2 is 9, so the answer is 2. I mean, I'll write a few down here and see if you can figure them out in your head. It's a sort of unofficial little quiz here. What do you think log base 5 of 25 is? Well, it's asking a question, right? It's saying 5 to the power of what is 25? Oh, well, 5 squared is 25, so the answer is 2, right? So to answer that, you think 5 to the power of what number is 25? Well, it's 5 squared. So the answer to that was 2. How about this one? Log base 10 of 1,000. I'm pausing to give you a chance to get it. So that's saying 10 to the power of what is 1,000? Well, 10 cubed is 1,000, so the answer is 3. Okay, let's have a look at some questions here. Okay, so can we solve the following equations? 2 to the x equals 128. Well, I mean, maybe you just know this. Maybe, and this is not really spoiling it too much, but maybe you just know that 2 to the power of 7 is 128. But suppose you didn't. Well, 2 to the power of what is 128? That's just a logarithm, right? X is log base 2 of 128, right? The base in our exponential becomes the base of our logarithm. And you can work this out using the calculator. Let me show you how. Okay, so on this calculator, the log button is here, log, and you can see you've got a space to put in a base, and log base 2 of 128 is 7. Okay, so just as I said it was, the answer is 7. So yeah, the answer here is 7. Okay, but what about this one? 2 to the x equals 10. Well, the thing is, you definitely don't know this one because 10 isn't a power of 2. So the answer is going to be weird, right? 2 cubed is 8 and 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So it's somewhere between 3 and 4. What is it though? Well, the answer is x equals log base 2 of 10. Well, let's use the calculator to figure that out. So I go log base 2 of 10, and just as I thought, it's somewhere between 3 and 4, but it's 3.32 if I'm doing 3 significant figures. So 3.32 if I'm doing 3 significant figures. Now, remember what that means. That means that 2 to the power of 3.32, roughly, is 10. So that's the meaning of this kind of logarithm here. Okay, what about this one? 3 to the power of x equals a half. Well, x is going to be log base 3, yeah, the base matches with the base here, of a half. Now, this is a curious one because even 3 to the 0 is 1. So I know this is going to be less than 0. It's going to be negative. Let's see what it is. Okay, so I'll do log base 3 of a half, and yeah, it is negative, so minus 0.631. So minus 0.631. And again, what does that mean? That means that 3 to the power of roughly, I mean, we rounded it, minus 0.631 is a half. Okay, I hope that gives you a good insight into what logarithms are. They don't seem too scary. Just remember they're the opposite of exponentials, just like roots are the opposite of squaring and cube roots are the opposite of cube rooting. So nothing to be scared of. They're just going to be really useful. We're going to explore this a lot more in the next few videos, so see you there.